And moving on now to some news coming in from South Africa, where amid growing unrest, arson, and violence in South Africa, the Indian community has now been targeted. The community has been reaching out to the Indian authorities and the Indian government seeking help. Meanwhile, the situation in Durban, South Africa, and several other parts of the region have been extremely sensitive. Meanwhile, we saw as to how the South African president, that is Cyril Ramaphosa, has also on Friday said that he has dispatched senior leaders to Durban to tackle the ethnic tensions between the Indian as well as the Black communities in the area. Meanwhile, we do know that there have been escalating tensions between the two communities in the region, and the Indian community have now been reaching out to the Indian government and also trying to gain as much of help as possible. We have seen testimonials and videos of so many people from the Indian community also sharing their grievances and also their struggles that they're facing currently. Let me go across to our special guests who are also joining us on this broadcast at this hour. So thank you so much for joining us here on Republic TV from Phoenix, South Africa. First up, please help us understand your situation on the ground. How difficult are these times for the Indian community there? You have been reaching out to the Indian government constantly.
Thank you so much. We are feeling the pain and the frustration of living here. We're asking the relevant authorities to help us. One, we have never created this issues that we have here with us that we are faced. We are law-abiding citizens, and we belong here. We live here. We're asking everyone to come together to work in harmony and peace, to put a resolution to this challenges that we have. We're asking the government authorities and the police themselves to be here. As we speak now, we're still in fear in our doors as to what might happen. We need to get our lives back to normality. We need to get food supplies to our people that cannot go out shopping in peace. We also need to know and advise that our business people, some of them, are shooting the prices up where people cannot afford this. So we're appealing to everyone to help us come together. Put this to bed. Let's fix it as soon as possible before it gets worse than what it is. But we are living in a fear of every minute. As I speak now, there's fears coming through that somebody is coming knocking at our doors or whatever the case is. We are actually needing serious help from the South African government, from the police. Thank you.
In fact, sir, another question to you. We have seen tensions between the two communities that escalated, specifically originating from the township of Phoenix and the surrounding areas of South Africa as well. And they were sparked on account of certain social media posts that were put out and emerged following the violence and unrest of the arrest of the former South African President Jacob Zuma on July 7th. Help us understand the situation currently and what possible help do you need for the community there. We have seen you have already reached out to the Indian embassy and the Indian government. But at the same time, there have been testimonials of people also speaking about how they don't have food to eat. There have been robberies in the local marts as well. Help us understand the situation where you are.
The situation where I am at the moment is volatile. Free access to shopping is limited and high risk. The pricing is rocketed up for whatever supplies that are available. The pricing has shot up tremendously, close to about 60 to 70% on basic commodities and quantities that people can buy. The unrest is a feeling of total fear that we are living in. And we were, again, whilst the Minister of Police have visited our area recently, we are asking that we don't want promises, we want action. We need them to give us action immediately. Those that are guilty for the violence need to face the law, and nobody is above the law.
Right. And any message that you'd like to send out to the Indian government as well? And what will be your appeal to the government here? And how soon would you want, what kind of a help would you want for the people on the ground?
We're asking the Indian government to liaise with the South African government to get guarantees where they can provide security for us, where they can assure us that we as human beings can live in peace and harmony. We need the Indian government to intervene and assist us, speaking to the relevant structures within the South African government to help us and get our lives to normality.